This film's about a boy show who's not particularly well and he's going to have a operation on his heart, and he's been taken to his auntie's house where his mother grew up when she was little, and there's kind of been this kind of mystery about little people living there, like the borrowers, and then as he arrives there he catches sight of one of them, and then it's all about him trying to discover them and the story of Ariete becoming an older person and going on her first trip out to borrow stuff from the humans, and like how they get discovered and they have to leave home because they feel that it's not safe, but Sho actually just wants to be friends and wants to look after Ariete because he's not really well enough to look after like anyone else, so kind of feels obliged to do it, and then they move away and they don't see each other again. I kind of like the fact that it's kind of set away from home, like he's alone and he's with his auntie, but he's with Haru, who he doesn't really know that well. So he's kind of on his own and he's kind of setting off on an adventure. But then he realises that there's these little people that run around the house borrowing stuff, and it's kind of like, ooh, I want to see one again. I want to try and catch one out. So I kind of was looking forward to playing that. Because he was ill, and it was quite seriously ill, he had to have an operation, it kind of is quite happy to see that he has friendship, because he didn't come with any friends, so it's quite happy to see that he's making friends and that he shows love for Ariete, and he kind of doesn't want them to leave. So when I read the script, I really felt like quite affectionate towards him, and how I felt quite sorry for him that his parents had split up, but when he found Ariete, I felt a lot better for him. It's very different. I mean, when I did Billy Elliot, that was very different because it was all about projecting to the top of your voice and to the people at the top of the audience so they don't feel left out. But and then when I did The Impossible, it was more real and natural because the camera could be so close to your face, and so you have to like be 100% true to make the audience feel as if they're there. And but animation was quite tricky to get all the timing right, like when to sync your voice with the character's voice. But other than that, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it's been a really good experience.
Catch sight で何々を見つけるという意味になります。ショーが小人たちを見つけたという説明をしていたときにトムがこの単語を使っていましたね。
And then as he arrives there, he catches sight of one of them.
Have an operation で手術を受けるという意味になります。Operation が手術で日本語でもオペって言いますよね。これもトムがあらすじを説明していたときに使っていましたね。
This film's about a boy show who's not particularly well and he's going to have a operation on his heart.
The fact that 何々は何々という事実と固く訳すとそうなりますが、口語では何々っていうのがみたいに実際にはもっと砕けた感じで使われてると私は感じます。動画ではショーの魅力についてトムが語っている時にこのフレーズを使っていましたね。
I kind of like the fact that it's kind of set away from home.
On one's own で自分一人でや自力でという意味になります。誰の力も借りずに自分の力で何かを成し遂げたい時などにこの表現をよく使いますね。
Like he's alone and he's with his auntie, but he's with Haru, who he doesn't really know that well. So he's kind of on his own and he's kind of setting off on an adventure.
最後にジブリ映画仮暮らしのアリエッティで小役を演じていたトム・ホランド。ちなみに彼が吹き替えたのはイギリス版のアリエッティで、今日本で売られている DVD やブルーレイなどではトムの吹き替えを聞くことは残念ながらできません。どうしても聞きたい方はイギリス版の仮暮らしのアリエッティをお取り寄せください。以上です。ご視聴ありがとうございました。よかったらチャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。それではまた。